I've always noticed that when the kids went over to other people's houses and we got feedback from those other parents, like maybe a week later, oh, little Johnny was great when he stayed over at my house. He was very helpful. He helped take the garbage out. He helped clean the table and even offered to do the dishes. Well, that's not how little Johnny used to act at my house, right? And I think that a lot of parents experience that where their child behaves a different way in front of other people than they do in their own home. And parents question a lot of times, why is it that my child acts differently in front of other parents? And we always ask our child, why don't you act like that at my house? You know, if I ask you to do something like take the trash out or do the dishes or even clear the table, it's always a fight and resistance all the time. And I think that kids view their parents as a parent in the house all the time. And you're always there to correct them or discipline them or set them on a straight and narrow path. And they don't view other parents like that. You know, they want to be respectful to other parents because of the values that you taught them at home. But when they go to other people's houses, they want to be respectful, right? And they want to be invited back again. And they don't have those same views in your own home because they know that they're going to be invited back again tomorrow. They're going to wake up in their bed tomorrow and you're not going to throw them out of the house. So they want to make sure that they don't make their friends upset with the way that they treated their parents because they have an expectation that when their friends come over to your house, they're going to behave that way that they did over at their friend's house in front of their parents. And I think that the reason why a lot of kids wind up treating you in a manner that's different than they treat other parents is because of the comfort level that you've established in your home. I think that kids in general want to be pleasing to their parents and they want to do good and they want to show their parents that they're capable of taking on more responsibility and stuff like that. But what we do a lot of times with our own children is that we don't give them an opportunity to do that, right? So when they ask to do things, we tell them, no, you can't do that because of this reason. Well, they just have another layer of rejection by asking you to do something and you just turn them down, right? So some of that is history. You know, you've given an opportunity for your child to do something. You've given them a little bit of rope and they've either mismanaged it or they neglected to follow through on what they promised you they were going to do. And there was a series of that happened, and that's the reason why you don't give them future opportunities and things like that. But all of that doesn't exist in another person's home, right? So when a child is given an opportunity in another parent's home to take out the trash or offer to clear the table or help with mowing and things like that, you know, those aren't things that they do in my house because I take the mower out and I automatically get going on cutting the grass. I don't even stop to think to ask the kids if they want to help because every time I've asked in the past, the answer was no. Okay? So I think that we get in a situation where our kids get a little bit too comfortable in our house and a little less comfortable, and that little bit of edge that they feel at somebody else's house keeps them wanting to outperform the way that they did in your house. So if you've seen this happen in your house, why don't you drop me a comment and find out if your kids are better behaved or more willing to help another parent than they are in your own home. I know that's certainly the case in my house. So if that's the case in yours, drop a comment. And I just want to remind everybody that life isn't hacked, it's built. And I'll see you in the next one.